means that at some point you're likely to come in contact with wildlife. For most people, wildlife is fascinating to watch. Some even like to interact with the cuter animals. Nicole McKim from the Moore Animal Shelter says there's a reason they're called wild.
They're not like a cat or a dog. Even stray cats, you can entice them in, domesticate it. Wildlife is not like that. And a lot of people want to view a cute little raccoon or a possum or a skunk and think they're going to behave the same way as a stray cat would, and that's not the case at all, because they are truly wild animals.
McKim says it's important to remember that we are sharing space with these animals.
You're going to find wildlife everywhere. You're going to find it in bigger cities, smaller cities. I mean, we are in their natural habitat. So wildlife per se is not a problem. It's what it does for the people that aren't aware or familiar with wildlife. That's where the panic comes in, and that's where the problems come in.
One of the biggest problems with wild animals like the skunk, for example, is not the danger of being sprayed, it's disease.
But skunks are the primary vector for rabies in the state of Oklahoma. When we get skunk calls come in, we in Animal Control take them very seriously, and we will respond faster than any other typical wildlife call.
And then there are raccoons. McKim says yes, they're awfully cute, but trying to interact with one can land you in big trouble.
Raccoons do carry rabies, are known vectors, and raccoons typically are more aggressive of the wildlife species. You can try to lure them in with food if you want, but more than likely you're going to get bit and scratched, or they're going to want to fight and become defensive.
On the other hand, very few people think of the opossum as a cute critter. McKim says you don't want to interact with them either, but you might be surprised to know it's one of the more helpful animals to have around.
Possum aren't the most attractive wildlife, so a lot of people are afraid of them because they look like giant rats. But possum are actually very good for the environment. They are immune to most diseases, and including venom. There has never been a positive case of a possum that has been positive for rabies. Not that it can't happen because they're mammals, but there's never been a case. They eat an incredible amount of flea and ticks out of your yard. They are scavengers, so they're going to look around for anything. They will eat anything. They will destroy a garden and a flower bed in a heartbeat.
And then there are coyotes. It's common knowledge that coyotes are predators. What you may not know is how big a problem they're becoming.
The coyotes seem to have been a big challenge the last couple years. They're very difficult to trap. They're very smart. And with that, we had to hire in professionals to assist us. But one thing people also need to realize is that they are predator animals. They are in this area, and they will travel a significant way to find a food source or a shelter source.
McKim has some strong recommendations for making sure you keep your property, pets, and family safe from any dangerous interactions with wild animals. Make sure your smaller pets, like outdoor dogs and cats, are supervised. Don't leave trash out because those wild animals are scavengers. Don't leave them a water source. Make sure you clean up after feeding outdoor pets and don't leave any food or pieces of food lying around. Even bird seed can attract skunks, raccoons, and squirrels, which, by the way, are considered vermin. Another problem when it comes to sharing space with wildlife, our homes are attractive to them for a lot of reasons.
As far as your home goes, like I said, if you have any open spaces underneath your deck, your front porch, your pool area, make sure to enclose all that the best you can. If you have outside buildings like sheds or even a shop, if you have any exposure between the floor and the ground, you want to make sure you seal that up.
If you find out that you already have a problem with wildlife staking out your property as a home, McKim says give Moore Animal Welfare a call.
We will take care of the smaller, manageable wildlife. We do have the equipment and the traps when it comes to the possum, raccoons, skunks, cats, and stray cats. The rodents, the squirrels, your rats, rabbits, they're very difficult to trap, and you trap a squirrel and you're going to bring in 4 more because you're baiting the area.
You can reach Moore Animal Welfare by calling 405-793-5190. And for more information about Moore Animal Welfare, visit cityofmoore.com/departments/animal-welfare.